go. Ratio notes. So here we go. A ratio is a comparison of two numbers or quantities. So it is a comparison of two numbers or quantities, meaning you are comparing two different numbers. I'm comparing the girls in this class to the boys in this class. I'm comparing brown hairs to yellow hair. I'm comparing cats to dogs. You're comparing two different things. Does that make sense? Any questions on that? Okay, so a ratio can be written as three different ways. I don't think they know what one way that a ratio can be written is. Eva? It is. I can write it as a fraction. Which is why we kind of already know about ratios, because we already know about fractions. And if a fraction can be written, or if a ratio can be written like a fraction, we can then do a bunch of things like fractions to ratios just like we do with fractions. Peyton. It cannot be written as a percent, but that was a good idea. Jake? Nope. Emery? Nope. Nope. Eliana? A phrase? Is that what you said? Give me a specific one. There's a specific word that we can use. That's okay. Emery? Nope. Sydney? Okay, that's a specific word. What word could I specifically use? That's one word. Eva? Nope. Nope. Guys, it's a word. Literally, it's just a one word. It's not even a math word. It's just a word. Two. I literally said it even. I said we're going to compare the girls to boys. I'm going to compare cats to dogs. I even said it, didn't I? Two. You're comparing. The other way, I didn't expect any of you to get, but you can write it using what's called a colon, which are those two dots. That's what a colon is.
Colon.
All right, we'll come back to that in just a minute. But first of all, we are going to compare ratios to fractions. Because ratios and fractions are very similar. Yes, they are different. We already talked about a ratio compares different types of units. So a ratio compares different types of units. That's when we said the cats, two dogs, boys, two girls. There have to be different things. Apples to oranges, dollars to ounces, miles to hours, words to minutes. They have to be different. Don't matter what it is, they just must be different. So if ratios are different, fractions have to be the same. So fractions compares, and we call them a part versus a whole of the same unit. It'd be like if we're talking about an apple. Well, I have half an apple, 1/2. Half the apple's left. Okay, so it's the whole. You're talking about a whole apple. That's where we get your grades on your test, right? You got a 4 out of 5. I got 4 questions correct out of 5 total. You're talking about the same thing. It's just part of the entire whole. Do we see the difference between a ratio and a fraction? Yes. Yep. Nope. Just 2. So then the ways that they are the same is they can compare the same type of units. We can compare apples to oranges as ratios, and we can compare apples as a fraction, or oranges as a fraction. So they can both use the same types. One of them just has to be always the same type, and one of them has to always be different types. And then the other way that they're the same is that they look the same. Meaning they can be written as that fraction like x over y. So they have the same look to them.